Hi everyone. Welcome to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Bodhisattva Asaṅga, Wuzhu, known in Chinese meaning unobstructed or without attachment, was born between the 4th and 5th centuries CE in Pura, modern-day Peshawar, Pakistan, in the kingdom of Gandhara in northern India. His father, Jayasri, was a Brahmin and a royal preceptor. Asaṅga became a monk at a young age, initially practicing in the Śrāvaka tradition of the Sarvastivada school. However, his contemplation on the doctrine of emptiness, sunyata, did not yield the desired realization, leading him to the brink of despair. He then encountered Pindola from the eastern kingdom of Videha, who expounded the Śrāvaka approach to emptiness. Although Asaṅga experienced an initial awakening, he was not fully satisfied. He then ascended to Tuṣita Heaven through his meditative powers to receive teachings on the Mahāyāna view of emptiness directly from Maitreya Bodhisattva. Upon returning to the human realm, he attained realization of the Mahāyāna path. After this, Asaṅga visited Tuṣita Heaven several times to study profound Mahāyāna teachings, including the Yogācāra Sastra, treatise on the stages of yogic practice, and disseminated these teachings widely, leading to the extensive spread of Yogācāra Mahāyāna Buddhism. Asaṅga dedicated himself to propagating the Yogācāra teachings and wrote numerous commentaries on Mahāyāna sutras, including the Vairākadika Prajnaparamita Bhāsya, commentary on the Diamond Sutra, Mahāyāna Samgraha, Compendium of the Mahāyāna, Abhidharmasamukkhya, Compendium of the Abhidharma, Mahāyāna Abhidharmasamukkhya, commentary on the Compendium of Mahāyāna Abhidharma, and the Śrāvaka Sastra, treatise on the stages of the hearers, or stages of the disciples' treatise. His younger brother, Vasubandhu, initially followed the Śrāvaka path, but later converted to Mahāyāna under Asaṅga's guidance, subsequently becoming a prominent advocate of Mahāyāna Buddhism. Asaṅga's lifelong dedication to spreading the was pivotal in establishing and advancing the Yogācāra Vijñānavada school of Mahāyāna Buddhism. Asaṅga's contributions to Buddhist thought. Asaṅga's philosophical insights are profound, particularly his doctrine of the ālayavijñāna, storehouse consciousness, which he posited as the fundamental basis of all phenomena and the substratum of the cycle of birth and death. He also articulated the Trisvabhāva, three natures theory to elucidate the principles of consciousness only, Vijñāptamatra, and no external objects, Vahyabhava. Additionally, Asaṅga proposed a comprehensive system of spiritual practice, emphasizing the three disciplines of morality, sila, meditation, dhyana, and wisdom, prajna, alongside the 6 paramitas, perfections. He delineated the stages of awakening into the 10 grounds, dasabhumi, culminating in the state of apratistita nirvana, non-abiding nirvana. Asaṅga's theoretical and practical frameworks profoundly influenced subsequent Buddhist traditions. The story of Asaṅga's spiritual quest. Asaṅga is considered a pivotal figure in the Yogācāra lineage, which traces its origin from Sakyamuni Buddha to Maitreya Bodhisattva, who then transmitted the teachings to Asaṅga. Approximately 1,500 years ago, Asaṅga resolved to realize the Mahāyāna teachings and retreated to Mount Kukutapada, Chicken Foot Mountain, to practice meditation, focused on Maitreya Bodhisattva for 12 years. During his retreat, having made no apparent progress after 3 years, Asaṅga became discouraged and considered abandoning his practice. On his way down the mountain, he encountered an old man grinding an iron rod into a needle. When Asaṅga questioned the man's persistence, the man responded, with perseverance. Even a mountain can be moved. How could a needle not be made? Deeply inspired, Asaṅga returned to his practice with renewed determination. After another 3 years with no results, he again felt disheartened. This time, he saw water droplets hollowing out stone, which motivated him to continue. This cycle repeated, with Asaṅga encountering various scenes symbolizing perseverance, including a bird's feathers polishing stone. Ultimately, he meditated for a total of 12 years, but still felt no progress and decided to leave for good. Descending the mountain, he encountered a dying dog, whose lower body was severely infected and covered in maggots. Overwhelmed by compassion, Asaṅga decided to save both the dog and the maggots. To avoid harming the delicate creatures, he cut a piece of his own flesh and attempted to move the maggots using his tongue. However, when he closed his eyes and leaned in, he felt nothing. Opening his eyes, he beheld the magnificent form of Maitreya Bodhisattva standing before him. Astonished, Asaṅga asked why Maitreya had delayed his appearance for so long. Maitreya explained, "I was always beside you, but your karmic obstructions prevented you from seeing me. Only now, through your profound compassion, were those obstructions cleared." Maitreya then took Asaṅga to Tuṣita Heaven, where he transmitted the 5 treatises of Maitreya. 1. Abhisamayalankara, ornament of clear realization. 2. Mahāyāna Sutralankara, ornament of the Mahāyāna Sutras. 3. Ratnagotrivibhaga, treatise on the Buddha nature. 4. Madhyantavibhaga, distinguishing the middle from the extremes. 5. Dharmadharmatavibhaga, distinguishing phenomena and reality. These teachings became the foundation of the Yogācāra school, which emphasizes the practice of meditation, yoga, and the doctrine of consciousness only. Asaṅga and Vasubandhu, a Mahāyāna transformation. Bodhisattva Vasubandhu and Bodhisattva Asaṅga were half-brothers, sharing the same mother but different fathers. The story of their great mother and the circumstances of their birth are as follows. At that time, Buddhism in India had been destroyed 3 times by non-Buddhist forces. During the first persecution, a monk chanted a verse. Respected by the 8 divisions of Devas and Nagas, the 3 jewels and the noble assembly uphold this hammer, shattering the heads of heretical demons. An elderly non-Buddhist woman overheard this and misunderstood its meaning, reporting it to the leader of her sect. This led to a military campaign to destroy Buddhism. After Buddhism gradually recovered, the king of central India presented the king of Persia with a seamless garment. However, there was a footprint-like mark on the chest of the garment. The Persian king believed it to be a curse, and, feeling insulted, launched a military campaign against India, leading to the second persecution of Buddhism. Following efforts by dedicated individuals, Buddhism slowly revived once more. One day, 2 non-Buddhists came to a Buddhist monastery to beg for alms. When the monks gave them food, they accidentally spilled some on them. The beggars took this as a grave insult and swore vengeance. They practiced the sun-fire method and, upon achieving mastery, used it to burn down the monastery and its scriptures, causing the 3rd great persecution of Buddhism. Bodhisattva Vasubandhu's mother could not bear to see Buddhism destroyed, leaving the world in darkness, devoid of the Dharma's light, leading beings to commit evil deeds and fall into the 3 lower realms after death. She vowed to revive Buddhism. During that era in India, society was male-dominated. She realized that although she had the aspiration as a woman, it would be difficult to widely propagate the Dharma. She decided to give birth to sons who could carry out this mission. She renounced her vows as a bhikshuni nun and married a kshatriya, giving birth to Asaṅga. Later, she married a Brahmin and gave birth to Vasubandhu. When her children grew up and were about to inherit their father's professions, she told them, "I did not give birth to you to continue your father's occupations, but to revive Buddhism. You should cultivate diligently and restore the Dharma." The elder brother, Asaṅga, had the disposition of a bodhisattva. He was ordained in the Sarvastivada, school of all existence of the Hinayana tradition, and attained meditative concentration and freedom from desire. He frequently traveled to the Tuṣita Heaven to study under Maitreya Bodhisattva and realized the Mahāyāna concept of emptiness, thus earning the name Asaṅga, meaning unattached or unbound by attachments. He became fully versed in the Mahāyāna teachings and composed numerous Mahāyāna treatises explaining all the Mahāyāna teachings given by the Buddha. His younger brother, originally named Sīlabhadra, Lion of Awareness, also ordained in the Sarvastivada school and attained the state of an arhat. Vasubandhu was ordained in the Sarvastivada school. Due to his exceptional intelligence and vast knowledge, he became a renowned scholar of the Sarvastivada tradition. Later, he also studied the Sautrantika Sutra school's theories. Since the Mahavibhasa Sastra was not publicly taught, Vasubandhu traveled incognito to Kashmir to study it. He then used the Sautrantika perspective to critique the Sarvastivada viewpoints. During this phase of promoting Hinayana teachings, Vasubandhu authored many works and was known as the master of 1,000 treatises. Among his works, the Abhidharmakosa Sastra, Treasury of Abhidharma, was the most influential and was known as the Treatise of Intelligence. This treatise also had a profound impact in China, leading to the emergence of the Kosa school during the northern and southern dynasties, which specialized in studying and promoting the Abhidharmakosa. While Vasubandhu was studying in the Sautrantika tradition, Asaṅga had already returned to the human realm and was composing the 5 Dharmic Truths treatises. Vasubandhu came across these treatises and heard that Asaṅga had written many works. At that time, Vasubandhu did not believe in Mahāyāna Buddhism and spoke against Asaṅga and the Mahāyāna teachings. A well-known story illustrates the transformative influence Asaṅga had on his brother, Vasubandhu. Asaṅga, seeking to convert his brother, feigned illness and requested Vasubandhu to read a Mahāyāna Sutra as his dying wish. Initially reluctant, Vasubandhu complied, and upon reading the Avatamsaka Sutra, he was deeply moved by its profound vision. Realizing his previous misconceptions, Vasubandhu resolved to cut off his tongue in repentance. Asaṅga intervened, urging his brother to instead use his eloquence to praise Mahāyāna teachings. Vasubandhu followed his advice and went on to compose extensive commentaries, including the Trimsika Vijñāptamata, 30 verses on consciousness only, and the Vijñāptamatra Sastra, establishment of consciousness only, becoming one of Mahāyāna Buddhism's greatest expositors. Asaṅga's legacy in Buddhism. Asaṅga's influence in Buddhism is profound. Founder of the Yogācāra school, Asaṅga is considered one of the founding figures of the Yogācāra school, emphasizing the path of meditative practice and insight into consciousness only. Philosophical contributions. His doctrines, such as the 3 natures and storehouse consciousness, profoundly shaped Mahāyāna philosophy and laid the groundwork for the Fa Xiang Yogācāra school in China. Practical guidance. His teachings on moral discipline, meditation, and wisdom continue to guide practitioners today. Asaṅga's life exemplifies unwavering determination, profound compassion, and transformative insight, establishing him as a pivotal figure in the history of Mahāyāna Buddhism. Conclusion. Bodhisattva Asaṅga's life and teachings left an indelible mark on Mahāyāna Buddhism, particularly through the establishment of the Yogācāra, consciousness-only school. His spiritual journey, from initial struggles with Śrāvaka teachings to profound realizations under the guidance of Maitreya Bodhisattva, demonstrates unwavering determination and deep compassion. Asaṅga's philosophical contributions, including the doctrines of ālayavijñāna, storehouse consciousness, and the Trisvabhāva, three natures, provided a comprehensive framework for understanding consciousness and reality, influencing countless Buddhist traditions. His relationship with his brother, Vasubandhu, highlights the transformative power of insight and compassion. Asaṅga's efforts not only guided Vasubandhu to embrace Mahāyāna teachings, but also led to the development of seminal texts that continue to inspire Buddhist philosophy and practice. Asaṅga's legacy endures through his extensive commentaries on Mahāyāna Sutras, his systematic teachings on the path to awakening, and his influence on the development of the Fa Xiang Yogācāra school in China. His life is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of compassionate motivation, and the boundless potential of the human mind to realize profound wisdom. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Feel free to leave a comment sharing the insights you gained. Your reflections may inspire and enlighten others on their own paths. Wishing you peace, happiness, and well-being. See you next time.